How's it going, everyone? This is Tim from Fringe Sport, and I'm coming at you with an updated installation video for the multi-grip pull-up bar. We made a couple of design changes to the multi-grip pull-up bar attachment for both the Dane 1 and the Dane 2 to make it a little bit more universal. So in this video, we're going to be going over what that change is, the hardware that you need to install it to either your Dane 1 or your Dane 2, and I'm going to show you how to install it on the Dane 2 behind me right here. So what change did we make? It's a very small one, but if we take a look at the outside of the bar, you'll see that this portion is entirely flat now. And on the prior model, it was a little bit raised here because we wanted this to be flush with the shroud that covers the pulley system on both the Dane 1 and the Dane 2. But this is entirely flat now, so it'll be more universal. So if you wanted to attach this to something like your Osprey as an example, there's not going to be any weird notches or raised portions that you'll have to compensate for. Because we'll be removing the straight pull-up bar to install the multi-grip pull-up bar, we'll be using that pre-existing hardware. So what you should have on hand right now is 4 bolts, 4 nuts, and 8 washers. But you should have gotten some additional washers in the box of the updated multi-grip pull-up bar. So in total, what we should have is 4 bolts, 4 nuts, and 12 washers. Those additional washers are to make up for that space where the pre-existing raised portion was, and since we have it entirely flat now, we're going to be using those additional washers to make everything flush. Now let's install the bar. One thing I forgot to mention, you want to take one side of the Dane and you want to push that so you're spreading the unit open a little bit, and that's going to make installing the pull-up bar a lot easier because you're giving yourself way more room up there. Now we're ready to install the multi-grip pull-up bar, and it's recommended to do this with 2 people, but you can do this by yourself. First thing, grab something to stand on unless you're freakishly tall. Unfortunately, I'm not. So step 1, after grabbing something to stand on, is you're going to route your bolt with 1 washer attached to the end of it. And you're going to see some overlay footage of it right now. But depending on which side of the cross member you're looking at, it's going to go in holes 1 and 4 and 11 and 14. Next, you're going to push the bolts back out just a hair. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't have to be too much, but just enough to make the multi-grip pull-up bar installation a bit easier. So I'm able to run my hand across and I'm not really in contact with the bolt, and you can see it's hanging out on the side right here. And you're just going to repeat that for the other 3 bolts. This is where a second person would come in handy, but we're just going to take this really slow. We're in no rush. We're capable adults here. So we're going to line up the front pieces first off and just push that 1 bolt through. That's 1. Now you have a little bit of support there. Then we can focus on the other side. And you might need to apply a little bit of elbow grease since the shrouds might be in the way. But that's 2. And we're just going to let that hang. It's not going to go anywhere. This is where things can get a little bit tricky because now we have to put these washers behind that plate right there. But what I've done on the other side, and I'll show this on some overlay footage, is I've fastened the other bolt through the multi-grip pull-up bar. That way I just have a little bit extra support and I don't have this bar rotating in my face, making it more difficult for me to get these washers on underneath. So all we're really going to do, and it's going to just take a little bit of patience, but take both of these washers that we have right there, and we're just going to slide both of them underneath the plate. It's better to take your time with this. There's really no rush. Just get a little bit creative with feeding those through. And then once that's done, boom. And now this entire plate is flush with the shroud. We've got that first side already secured, so we'll just take that bolt back out, repeat the same thing, take the 2 washers, feed them underneath, and then just feed that bolt through. And now we're ready to fasten these to the Dane. Final step, obviously, is just securing everything down. So each of these is going to take 1 washer and 1 nut. And we say this in every video, but you just want to hand tighten everything first. Then after that, you're going to even out the rack, especially since we spread the rack apart to give ourselves a little bit more room to install the multi-grip pull-up bar. So once you've got everything hand tightened down, you're going to straighten the rack back out, and then you're going to take whatever tools you have, whether that be just regular hand tools or power tools to make things a little bit easier. Once everything is settled, take your tools and tighten everything fully. This has been Tim with Fringe Sport, showing you the updated multi-grip pull-up bar installation guide. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to drop it a thumbs up because it helps the channel out a lot more than you think, and it is free. If you have any other questions on product installation or any other videos that you want us to make, please be sure to leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more of our videos, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in that next one.